Good afternoon and welcome to this session of Imagine America Radio, our continuing career college exposition webinar series. My name is Bob Martin. I'm the president and CEO of the Imagine America Foundation. I'm excited about today's topic, exploring career-based education and careers, sponsored by Tulsa Welding School. Tulsa Welding School has 3 locations, one in Jacksonville, Florida, one in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and a third in Houston, Texas. Tulsa Welding School is also a 22-year partner of the Imagine America Scholarship and Award programs, having now provided admissions-based financial aid to more than 5,000 enrolling Imagine America students. If you'd like more information on our scholarship program and how to help your students apply for a scholarship at Tulsa Welding School, please visit our website, www.imagine-america.org, or you can call or email me. We will also be sending out you the scholarship link and PDF flyer after this call. Since our beginning in 1999, Imagine America remains the leading sponsor of scholarship aid to enrolling high school students. However, our country faces serious short-term shortages in certified technicians. We hear from employers in virtually all sections of the country desperately looking for qualified employees. We simply need to be doing more. Our partner in today's presentation is Tulsa Welding School. Joining us today to discuss in detail the looming technician shortage and how Tulsa Welding School is helping meet this need is Raina Gilliard-Crowther. Raina is a high school director of training at Tulsa Welding School and has been working with high schools in higher education for years. You are in very, very good hands. Today's session of Imagine America Radio will be 30 minutes maximum. That includes questions and answers. Once we finish these remarks, we're going to move directly into today's presentation. All participants can submit questions while the presentation is in session using the QA in the Zoom meeting. At the end of the presentation, or approximately 2:25 p.m., I will present any and all questions offered by the participants. We will address as many questions as possible and provide written responses in follow-up emails. We will have a hard close at 2:30 p.m. So without taking any more time out of your very busy schedule, let me turn the presentation over to Raina. Raina, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Raina Gilliard-Crowther, and I am the high school director of admissions training at the Tulsa Welding School. Tulsa Welding School is the largest accredited welding school in the U.S., but not only do we teach welding at Tulsa Welding School, but we also have programs in electrical and HVAC, so a career-focused, hands-on skilled trades programs. Our programs are designed to be finished in as little as 7 to 9 months. There is definitely a shortage of qualified skilled trade technicians in the U.S., and we call that the skilled trades gap. And this is definitely something that is going to start affecting our lives as individuals as well. Why does technical education make sense? Well, Generation Z, they're different than the past generations. 61% of them say a skill-based education makes sense for today's world. 45% of Gen Z agrees that an education they can complete in a shorter period of time, 2 years or less, is preferred so they can start their careers and earning an income sooner. This generation has lived through the pandemic. They definitely want to see a return on their investment faster, but they also want to get out in the world and start living their lives. We are accredited by the Accrediting Commission of Career Schools and Colleges. We are licensed by the Texas Workforce Commission, as well as licensed in Florida and Oklahoma. We are a member of the American Welding Society and the Better Business Bureau. Let's talk about our relationships with our counselors, our schools, and our communities. This is a very unique relationship that we have forged with our school counselors and teachers. We think it's very important at Tulsa Welding School to have a relationship with not only our students, but our community. One of the ways that we can help you help your students better is through interactive senior presentations. That's where we come out and we talk to your students about all their post-high school opportunities. We know that not everyone is a fit for the essential trades that we offer at Tulsa Welding School, but we've decided that every student has the right and should be looking at their future, but definitely has the ability to be successful. So our interactive presentation is called The Road to Success. It's where we break down all the choices that you can have after graduation, from attending a community college or a four-year university, going straight into the world and job market with just your high school skills. What does that look like? We also talk about the military, and we talk about opportunities in career-focused education like Tulsa Welding School. One of the best things about this is that there's a budgeting feature within our interactive presentation. This helps students see what it's like to live on what you would earn as an on-skilled worker. We have field trips. We love field trips at Tulsa Welding School. This is where you can bring a group of students to our campuses, and you can have an interactive day where we do demonstrations in all of our programs, tour our facilities, and we provide you lunch. Our instructors love field trips. I don't know if it's because they love the fact that we have pizza, but they get excited when we bring a group in. What can we do to support our counselors and our educators? Well, lunch and learn and staff events. We can host an opportunity for you to come and visit the campus yourself. We can also come and visit you. I remember as a teacher, I'm a retired teacher myself, that we had so many duties. You had grading, you had to get, bus duty, you had staff meetings, you had staff development. Well, we know that sometimes that eats into your day and you don't have time to get breakfast. You don't have time to eat lunch or even have snacks after school. So what we do is come in and talk a little bit about Tulsa Welding School to our staff, but we provide you with breakfast if you're having a morning meeting, or food just in general. Taking care of our teachers is important to us. Staff development days. Sometimes you want to get off campus for a staff development. Well, every one of our campuses is equipped with a beautiful conference room, but we also have fully equipped classrooms, including smart boards and projectors. So you could actually come and do one of your staff development days here on our campus. Remote demonstrations where we can come to you and bring an instructor if you have a welding or a construction trades class, you want us to come in, or we do have a mobile welding unit. I will tell you that the mobile welding unit is pretty booked up right now, especially because I have a surprise for you guys that I forgot to mention in my introduction, is that we will be opening our 4th Tulsa Welding School campus this spring in Dallas, Texas. So the mobile welding unit is pretty busy. We also use that for industry training, where companies actually ask us to come and train their employees who attended schools elsewhere so that they're up to the same standard as their Tulsa Welding School students. We need the skilled trades. It's estimated that 1.6 million people in the US will be needed by 2030 in all of these trades combined. That's a lot of opportunities out there for men and women that have these high demand skills. But think about this globally. These are global opportunities. A student that is trained in welding, electrical, or HVAC can find work anywhere in this world. That is really a hard thing to say about most employment opportunities, where that you can go anywhere you want to go and find employment. Women in STEM and women in the skilled trades, this is a growing career field for women. I'm a firm believer that there are no jobs just for men and just for women. There are career paths where you can be successful. And at Tulsa Welding School, we fully support the idea of more women getting into STEM careers.
I was just working like a dead-end job, really. Finally, I was like, I can't do it anymore.
And that's when I was like, you know what? I'm going to go be a welder.
I've never felt independence like this before.
That first paycheck was like, whew, what do I do with all this?
It's been such a blessing in my life.
I'm very competitive. I want to beat the boys. I can assure you, you can do it.
If I can do it, you can do it too.
I'm a single mother, and I can do it. I know they can do it because women before me have done it.
Not only do we have a great female student population, but we have many women instructors on campus as well. So it's a great opportunity for these young women to see mentors in the industry who have been successful before them, and it provides support. But most importantly, we have specialized scholarships for women who want to study the trades at Tulsa Welding School. Our programs include our professional welders program, which is 7 months long. That's going to teach the 4 major processes of the welding industry. This will allow our students to be able to find work in any part of the industry post-graduation that they're interested in. We have the electrical mechanical program, which is 9 months. This is a combination of our heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration program, where they also learn electrical and commercial wiring. This would allow a student to focus their energy on either working in the HVAC industry or to start the process of in the electrical industry. Refrigeration technology is our heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and refrigeration program, just 7 months long. And then we have electrical application, and that's going to be commercial and residential electric training. As I said before, all of our programs are just 7 to 9 months long. In our electrical mechanical program, a student's going to learn everything from air conditioning, service and repair, climate control, residential and commercial installation, and solar technology. Then our 7-month electrical applications program. This is a fun program. Every single one of our campuses has what's called a stick house. Those stick houses are basically scaled down homes and commercial buildings within inside of our buildings. So think of all the framework that you would see when they're building a house or a business. We have both residential and commercial framework where the students start off in the program and they're going to wire it completely up enough so where the light switches work, the outlets work, and even in our residential homes, we can install ceiling fans, lights. It's really cool to see how it moves from being just bare wood or the metal framing, and then at the end of the course, how everything is fully functioning. So in this class, they learn how to completely wire and scale down a 3-bedroom home, calculate load requirements, and apply the skills according to the National Electrical Code requirements. So we do teach to the National Electrical Code requirements so that the students are prepared to move forward. In the electrical applications program or in electrical trades, you start off as an apprentice, move into being a journeyman, and then become a master electrician, And so this class is designed to help students start that process of moving forward in their future career. And then, of course, our professional welder program, which I always will have a soft spot in my heart for, because I started off 5 years ago at the Houston campus as an admissions representative. And when we first opened this campus, that was the only program that we had until we added on our electrical and our HVAC, which are great programs that we borrowed from our sister school, RSI. Now, in this class, like I said, you're going to learn the 4 major processes of the welding industry. They learn how to weld on pipe as well. This is going to be a great opportunity for students because it does cover so many different sides of the welding industry that they are able to find work in any part of the industry that they're interested in. And our career services is there to help all of our students in any of our programs find employment. We even have resume writing workshops for our students so that they're prepared for interviews. Virtual reality learning. We know that students learn differently. This generation is different than the past. They definitely like virtual reality. They like things that are tangible, but they like to have fun while they learn. So we included in our tuition investment an Oculus 2 and a brand new Chromebook. But during COVID, when all of us had to go online to learn, at some point in time, almost every school had to close down for a period of time. And as educators, we know that that was really difficult, especially for your hands-on learners to learn online. That was a whole new thing for all of us. We all kind of learned together. So during this period, we realized that there was a strong need for us to have interactive learning programs for our students in case something like that ever happened again. Now, the OcuWeld system does not replace time in the actual welding lab, and Interplay does not replace time in the electrical or HVAC lab. This is like an add-on to the curriculum. OcuWeld was designed specifically by Tulsa Welding School in a partnership with a virtual reality gaming company. So this is our product that no one else has. The cool thing about OcuWeld and Interplay is that our students can utilize these programs on their Oculus without even having Wi-Fi. We know that sometimes students rely on the school for internet, just like you see at your schools. And so this allows them to be able to use this program anywhere once we've uploaded the software to the Oculus. Also, after they graduate, as long as they continue to update in the App Store, they'll be able to continue to utilize the OcuWelder Interplay program so they can continue their training. So not our old school Nintendo Wii graphics at all. This program 100% has been a game changer for our students. They really enjoy it, and it's an opportunity for them to actually show their parents what they're learning at school. But every one of our high school admissions representatives has an Oculus that they can bring to your campus, and the students can try it out. If you come by our campus, we have what we call our virtual reality learning centers, and every student who comes to visit or counselor like yourself, you can actually stop by and try out Interplay or OcuWeld. Why TWS? Why Tulsa Welding School? Why not Tulsa Welding School? 89% employment rate across all campuses. No unrelated classes. This is career focused education. Students are only taking classes directly related to the career field that they've selected to study. That's another reason why our programs can be completed so quickly. The only exception would be if a student was to go into one of our associates programs, like the AOS program that's offered at the Tulsa campus. Shorter length of curriculum. They're going to enter the workforce sooner. As Generation Z says, they want to get out there and start earning an income while they're young. Career assistance during and after graduation. So we can help a student find a part-time job if they need one while they're in school, and a lot of them will, but we also help them find their first placement after graduation, and for the rest of their life, as long as they're in good standings with Tulsa Welding School, they can continue to come to Tulsa Welding School, and we will help them find employment in their industry. Tuition-free graduate retraining. This one for me as a former educator is a huge, huge factor. The idea that a student can come back for zero cost and continue to take classes and brush up on their skills so that they can be as current as possible in their industry. Well, we know in STEM, in the skilled trades, technology changes, policies change. This allows our students that if anything changes in the industry or any new codes that come out, they can come back to campus at any time, and we will make sure that they are up to standard. Private schools can teach innovations immediately. You know, one of the things I remember being a teacher was that we would see a need and we would have to wait to get things approved. And sometimes it would take a while and it could be frustrating. For us at Tulsa Welding School, when we see something that we could do to improve our students' educational experience, we can go ahead and, fire that off right away. Like the OcuWeld system, we saw a need that we needed to have something to do if we ever had to go virtual again. Student body consists of students with related interests. Well, we know that when students are around like-minded people and positive energy, that they're going to do better. When you walk into our campuses, you get a high energy vibe, and that goes from everyone, from the campus presidents all the way down to the person in the room cutting the pipe for the students. We all are supportive of our students here, and by having a supportive environment and being around other people who are also very interested in the same things, the student body really helps each other. Practical hands-on training. Students will learn by doing. All programs are hands-on to give students the best real-world training opportunities. We try to spend as much time as possible in our actual learning labs versus the classroom, because we are learning new skills. So the more that they practice, repetition makes them better. So our programs are designed for them to spend the least amount of time possible in a classroom setting and actually getting to touch, feel, and do. Corporate training partnerships. We're very proud of our corporate training partnerships, but with companies such as Amazon, this is a great opportunity for us to be able to get out there and work with large companies who also oftentimes are employers of our students, but they send their people to us to get trained to the standard that they want them to be at. And especially with the skilled trade gap, this is a great opportunity for us to meet future employers because they are utilizing our corporate training. Scholarships. Obviously, we think scholarships are very important. And when I was an admissions representative, I always had my students apply for the Imagine America scholarship. But scholarships opportunities at Tulsa Welding School don't stop just at Imagine America. Our high school welding competitions every year help our students earn even more scholarship money. Now, we have our Tulsa, Oklahoma one coming up on Saturday, February 25th. I know that's a minute away. It is not too late for a student to register. Then in Jacksonville, March 4th, and then Houston, March 25th. Once a student registers and shows up at the campus, even if they do not know how to weld or they're in the electrical or HVAC program, they will be guaranteed a $500 scholarship just for coming out, touring the school, having a great day with us, eating lunch, meeting other students, seeing demonstrations. and even talking to our housing and our financial aid department. So we can actually help a student get their FAFSA completed at the high school welding competition as well. If the student does know how to weld, there's an opportunity for a student to get a full tuition scholarship, partial tuition scholarships, and other fun prizes like welding machines. A lot of you will be helping students fill out their FAFSA, which we are grateful for. And our FAFSA code is 015733, and it's the same for all campuses. So when you pull it up in the system, it says Tulsa, Oklahoma. That is the same one for all campuses. It makes life easier for our students. All right, well, I'm going to turn it back over for any questions and answers.
Well, thank you very much, Rena. I always find your presentations, always make notes. Let me put it that way. If I'm making notes, that's a good thing. First question. Looks like we got 2 or 3 that I can see right now. First question has to do with grade point averages. Are there GPA requirements at Tulsa Welding?
No, we do not have a GPA requirement at Tulsa Welding School. We feel that students, if they're to be best at Tulsa Welding School, need to have determination, motivation, above all, an interest in the career path that they're going into. We know oftentimes that students in the high school setting, they may not have the best grades in the academic setting, but once they get to our campus and they're doing what they love and it's very focused, 1 class at a time versus 5 or 6, and they're able to really focus down on what they're doing, that they will be on the dean's list. They're making it on the honor roll. So we really look at a person's ability beyond their GPA.
Got a question on housing. Does Tulsa Welding School offer housing for enrolling students?
We definitely have a partnership with a housing company called EduRent. They help our students find affordable housing within close proximity to our campuses. That could be an apartment that they have roommates with, or they have a wonderful program called shared housing, which a lot of families like because it's kind of like dorm style living. 4 people in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, basic utilities are covered, and it's furnished. The idea is that there are rules and policies in place in these apartments, and EduRent comes in once a month and does check-ins to make sure that everything's going okay. So this is as close to dorm style living as we have at Tulsa Welding School, but we do have a partner that can help families figure out what is the best housing method for them.
Next question has to do with virtual events. You mentioned those a little bit earlier in your presentation. Do you have any virtual events coming up? Can students take virtual tours of your campuses?
We actually do have a virtual event coming up this weekend because we will be live streaming our Tulsa Welding School National High School Welding Competition from the Tulsa campus on both Instagram and on Facebook Live. So that's an opportunity for the students to actually see the actual school in person. There'll be demonstrations. We'll be interviewing different people. But also, if you go to our YouTube channel, you can actually take a virtual tour of any of our campuses where you can walk through the campus as if you were actually there.
Perfect. Really quick, then I guess the next one, it has to do with, is it better if one of our listeners is interested, should they talk to a Tulsa Welding local rep, or should they go to the website, or should they contact you directly?
There are lots of ways to do this. One, if you know who your local representative is, go ahead and reach out to them. If you don't know who your local representative is, feel free to contact me. I know who your local representative is and I can get you in contact with them. Or we have a feature on our website where you can go in and request that your local representative contact you. But I like helping people directly because I feel like we can get things done faster than with modern technology sometimes when you just pick up the phone and call or email me, and I will get you in contact with your representative that day.
Perfect. Well, since you brought that up, why don't you go ahead, if you can, scroll back to your contact information so that when they're interested in doing that, they've got you got your email address, they got the website,
definitely.
they got the telephone number. So
All right.
there you are in front of our audience. Hey, before I close, I wanted to make sure you mentioned a new campus. You must be pretty excited about Houston, right?
I'm very excited about our Dallas campus. It is, yes, it's wonderful. I've seen it in myself in November. And now we are getting closer and closer every day for it to be ready to be opened. It's going to be a very exciting opportunity for us to have 3 campuses in the central U.S.
Now, let me make sure I do it right this time. Dallas campus, Dallas,
Yes,
Texas.
Dallas.
Very good. I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. Let me go through a few administrative matters before we close off today's session. The Manage America Foundation, we're compiling and will forward a complete set of all questions related to admissions to all the registrants. We've also recorded this session and will forward this to all the registrants. You're going to receive an exit survey when you get off of this meeting. We would really appreciate if you take a minute just to fill it out. It helps us get an idea about topics, speakers, and locations to come up in the future. Before closing, I would really like to thank the education participants for taking time out of their very busy schedule to join us today. We know firsthand that you've got other competing demands on your time. We appreciate you taking just a few minutes out, carve out a little bit of the day to listen to Raina and hear about Tulsa Welding School, an excellent option for your students. On behalf of the Imagine America Foundation, we want to thank Raina for an outstanding presentation. She always does a good job. We really enjoy having her on the show. On behalf of the foundation, Raina and myself, we'd like to thank you. I hope you have a great day and goodbye.